When people hear the words, an animal that can kill you, they picture a lion, a bear, or a crocodile. Those animals are easy to fear. Their teeth, claws, and size send a clear warning. The real surprise is an animal that looks cute, beautiful, slow, or completely harmless. A tiny primate, a golden frog, a duck-billed mammal, a toothless hunter, a cuddly tree dweller, a round river giant, a giant deer, a masked neighbor, a graceful swan, and one final danger that may not even look like an animal. None of these animals are hunting people. Most would rather escape us. But when humans handle, corner, or surprise wildlife, hidden defenses can cause severe injury, dangerous poisoning, disease, or, in rare cases, death. So which harmless-looking animal hides the greatest danger? The countdown begins at number 10, the slow loris. With enormous eyes, soft fur, and sleepy movements, the slow loris looks like a living stuffed animal. It is small, quiet, and often seen as adorable. Its round face even gives it the look of a permanent baby. That sweet appearance hides something almost no one expects from a mammal. Slow lorises are among the very few mammals known to produce venom. On the inside of each upper arm, near the elbow, is a special brachial gland. Before a bite, a loris can raise its arm, lick the gland's secretion, and mix it with saliva. The bite then delivers the mixture. The result can be severe pain, swelling, numbness, and dangerous allergic reactions. Anaphylaxis, a sudden reaction that can affect breathing and blood pressure, has been documented. It is uncommon, and not every bite is life-threatening. But this is still a wild animal with a venomous bite, not a pocket pet. The safe rule is simple. Never handle a slow loris. If one bites you, wash the wound and seek urgent medical care, especially if swelling or breathing trouble begins. And if you think venom belongs only to snakes and spiders, number 9 will change your mind. Number 9, the golden poison dart frog. It is smaller than your hand and colored like a bright piece of gold. Its yellow skin shines against the dark forest floor. To many people, it looks more like a jewel than a threat. In nature, that color is a warning sign. Bright colors often tell predators, "Do not eat me." The warning is real. Wild golden poison frogs can carry toxin, an extremely powerful neurotoxin. In simple terms, it interferes with the channels that nerves and muscles use to send signals. At high exposure, the body can lose normal muscle control, and the heart can develop dangerous rhythm problems. But the popular story needs one correction. Simply touching any golden frog does not automatically kill a person. The risk depends on the amount of toxin and how it enters the body. A wild frog should never be handled, especially around cuts, the eyes, or the mouth. The toxin is also linked to the frog's diet. Captive-bred frogs raised on different insects may have little or none of the same toxin, but that is not a reason to touch an unknown frog. One small animal can carry a poison powerful enough to stop the systems that keep a body moving. The next animal does not have poison on its skin. It has a weapon hidden on its legs. Number 8, the platypus. The platypus looks as if several animals were combined by mistake. It has a duck-like bill, webbed feet, thick fur, and a life spent between river and land. It swims, searches for food underwater, and lays eggs. Nothing about that strange face suggests an attack. But adult males carry venomous spurs on their hind legs. Each spur is connected to a venom gland. When a male clamps his legs around a rival or a threat, the spur can pierce skin and deliver venom. For humans, the main danger is not a movie-style instant death. It is extreme pain and swelling. Medical reports describe pain that can be hard to control and may last for days or longer. Other symptoms can include nausea, sweating, and trouble using the injured limb. The venom is mainly linked to defense and fights between males. Human deaths are not established as a normal result, but a strike can still require hospital care. If you see a platypus on a bank, leave it alone. Never pick up a stranded animal. Call trained wildlife responders instead. Now the list moves from venom to a weapon that looks almost impossible for its owner to use. Number 7, the giant anteater. A giant anteater moves slowly across grassland with a long snout, a huge brush-like tail, and no teeth at all. It eats ants and termites, not people. From a distance, it looks awkward and peaceful, like a creature built for wandering, not fighting. Then you notice the front claws. Those claws are long, curved, and strong enough to rip open termite mounds. The forelimbs behind them are powerful. In a defensive posture, a giant anteater can rear up on its hind legs, use its tail for balance, and swing its claws at anything that comes too close. Because it has no teeth, the claws are its main defensive weapons. Most giant anteaters avoid humans. Serious encounters are rare, but documented attacks have caused deep wounds, major bleeding, and damage to large blood vessels. In Brazil, rare human deaths have been reported after people cornered or threatened the animal. One case involved a man whose dogs had trapped an anteater. The important fact is not a legend about fighting jaguars. It is that one frightened defensive strike can cause life-threatening blood loss. Never let dogs chase an anteater. Give it a clear path to escape and back away instead of closing in. But we are not done with animals that look as if they belong in someone's arms. Number 6, the koala. With its round face, soft gray fur, large nose, and sleepy expression, the koala looks like Australia's ultimate plush toy. It spends much of its life in eucalyptus trees, resting for long hours while it digests tough leaves. The problem is that a koala is a wild animal, not a teddy bear. Its claws are sharp because they must grip tree bark. Its arms are strong. Its jaws and teeth are built to crush leaves, and those same teeth can bite when the animal is scared. A koala usually wants to climb away, not attack. But if someone grabs it, blocks its escape, or tries to move it without training, it can scratch and bite very quickly. Serious attacks are uncommon, yet medical cases have documented deep bite wounds and infections that needed treatment. A koala is not a normal killer of healthy adults, but a wild animal does not need to be a predator to cause a dangerous injury. If you find a koala on the ground, keep people and pets back and contact a wildlife rescue group. Cute is not the same as safe. The next animal is far larger, and its harmless look comes from a very misleading shape. Number 5, the hippopotamus. A hippo can look almost funny. It is round, barrel-shaped, and often seen floating with only its eyes and ears above the water. On land, it may seem like a slow mound of muscle grazing in the sun. That impression can be a serious mistake. The common hippopotamus is enormous, territorial, and armed with powerful jaws and large canine teeth. A hippo may defend a stretch of river, a resting place, or a calf. People fishing, bathing, washing clothes, or traveling by boat can enter that space without realizing it. The surprise is speed. On land, a hippo can reach about 30 kilometers per hour in a short burst, much faster than most people expect from an animal with such short legs. Near water, the danger grows because the hippo may be hard to see, while a person or small boat has limited room to turn. A charge or bite can be fatal, even though attacks are not a normal part of the animal's behavior. Hippos are not chasing humans for food, they are defending space. Never approach one, never block its route to water, and obey local guides and warning signs. And if a hippo seems too obvious, the next animal looks like a quiet giant deer. Number 4, the moose. A moose has a strange, gentle look. Its legs are too long for its body, its head hangs low, and its antlers can make it seem more awkward than dangerous. But an adult moose can weigh hundreds of kilograms, and its body can become a powerful defense. A cow with a calf may charge a person who comes too close. During the fall breeding season, a bull may become more aggressive around rivals and people. A frightened moose can rush, stomp, or kick with its powerful front hooves. A moose may stand its ground when it feels trapped. Not every moose injury comes from an attack. Vehicle collisions are also a major source of moose-related human injuries, especially where roads cross forest. That is why a calm-looking animal beside a highway can be dangerous, even when it never turns toward you. If a moose notices you, give it space and slowly back away. Never approach a calf. Keep dogs under control. If it charges, get behind a solid tree, car, or building. The animal may look clumsy, but its defense is anything but weak. The next animal is smaller, more familiar, and much closer to human homes. Number 3, the raccoon. A raccoon's masked face and clever paws make it look like a tiny bandit from a children's story. It can open lids, explore backyards, and live beside people without being noticed. That familiar behavior makes it easy to forget that it is still a wild mammal. A cornered raccoon can bite with sharp teeth and scratch with strong claws. A mother may defend her young. An animal that feels trapped in a garage, attic, or trash bin may react faster than a person can move. But the biggest danger may not be the wound. In parts of the United States, raccoons are an important reservoir for rabies. Not every raccoon has rabies, but an infected animal can pass the virus through saliva in a bite or through a scratch contaminated with saliva. Once clinical symptoms appear, rabies is almost always fatal. Before symptoms begin, proper post-exposure treatment can prevent the disease. That difference matters. If a raccoon bites or scratches you, wash the wound right away with soap and running water, then contact a doctor or public health department urgently. Do not wait to see whether the animal looks sick. Never feed or handle a wild raccoon. The teeth are dangerous, but the disease it may carry is the real hidden threat. A masked mammal is one thing. The next animal is so graceful that people often forget it has a territory. Number 2, the mute swan. A mute swan glides across a pond like a moving piece of white silk. Its long neck, bright bill, and broad wings create a picture of peace. People may see a swan and think of romance, gardens, and quiet water. Then the nesting season arrives. Mute swans can be strongly territorial, especially when guarding a nest or young. A warning display may include raised wings, an arched neck, hissing, and a direct advance. If a person keeps coming, the swan can knock, peck, bite, or strike with its wings. Its neck is strong, and the wings are powerful enough to throw a person off balance. Swans do not routinely break bones or try to drown people. Those popular stories are exaggerated, but an aggressive swan near a dock, kayak, or shallow water can create a real emergency, especially for a child or a weak swimmer who falls. Never approach a nesting swan. Do not feed it, chase it, or try to pass between an adult and its young. If the bird displays, slowly increase your distance and leave the area. Beauty can be a warning too. Sometimes it simply warns you to stay away. The final animal makes the biggest mistake in our minds because many people would not call it an animal at all. Number 1, the cone snail. On a beach, a cone shell can look like a perfect souvenir. It may have smooth lines, bright patterns, and a shape that seems made for a collector's shelf. The danger is easy to miss because the animal can hide inside that beautiful shell. A living cone snail has a specialized feeding tooth that works like a tiny harpoon. It can fire the tooth from a flexible tube, inject venom into prey, and pull the victim close. Most cone snail species are not known to be deadly to humans, but some species, especially certain fish-hunting cone snails, have venom powerful enough to cause fatal poisoning. The venom attacks the nervous system. A sting may begin with pain, tingling, or numbness. Then weakness can spread. In severe cases, the muscles used for breathing stop working, causing paralysis and respiratory failure. Human deaths have been documented. There is no widely available specific antivenom for cone snail poisoning. Treatment is mainly supportive, which means doctors work to control symptoms and keep breathing going until the venom wears off. That makes time critical. The rule is simple. Never pick up an unfamiliar shell, especially in tropical water. If a cone snail stings you, treat it as an emergency and get medical help immediately. The most dangerous thing on this list may look like a beautiful shell sitting quietly on a beach. These 10 animals reveal a pattern that is easy to miss. The danger is not always in a roar or a set of obvious fangs. It may be hidden in a gland near an elbow, a toxin on bright skin, a spur under a webbed foot, or claws tucked against a palm. It may be a powerful jaw, a defensive charge, or a virus carried by a bite. Most of these animals are not hunting people. The worst encounters usually begin when someone handles wildlife, corners it, approaches a nest, gets between an adult and its young, or enters an animal's territory without realizing it. Respect is the best defense. Give wild animals room. Keep children and pets away. Never touch an unknown animal or shell. After a serious bite, scratch, sting, or suspected venom exposure, seek urgent medical care. In nature, danger does not always announce itself with a roar. Sometimes it blinks with huge eyes, glides across a pond, or sits in the sand looking like a souvenir. Never judge an animal's danger by its appearance.